If you keep training in your 50s like you did in your 20s, eventually your body sends the bill. Less energy, slower recovery, more niggles, and worse results from the same work. I've helped over 1,000 high-performing men turn that around, and it all starts with changing the way you train. Click the link in my description and I'll send you over my over 40 training audit. It's a short quiz and it's going to help you identify the 3 training leaks that are causing low energy, slow recovery, and flat results. Okay, so let's get stuck in. Number one mistake I see is way too much volume. I see it all the time. Guys in the gym doing superset after superset, 20, 30, 40, 50 sets per workout. It's just way too much. Maybe when you're a 20-year-old, you can recover from it properly, but as we get older, you have more stress, less time, more niggles, injuries you have to work around, things like that. It's just not optimal. So what happens when we do way too much volume? The high level answer to this is it kills your gains, impedes your recovery, increases your risk of injury when you don't recover. Something eventually is going to go snap. But the main one, especially for the guys I work with, they're super busy. They don't have 2 hours to spend in the gym every day. When you're doing lots and lots of a volume, it takes up so much time. You should be able to get in and out of the gym 40 minutes, 45 minutes max. There's no reason why you need to be in there an hour and a half. We're not trying to be Mr. Olympia. We're just trying to be in our peak physical shape. And here's the cool thing. You can get the same and honestly, most of the time, better results from cutting the volume in half, focusing on high quality contractions when you're doing the weights and high quality technique. Your body has a limit to how much work it can recover from. Get in, lift heavy, make sure you warm up properly. 1 to 2 hard working sets per exercise is more than enough. So we don't need to be in the gym that long. Focus on quality, get in, train hard, get out, get on with the rest of your day. And look, I get it. I see it all the time. Guys, they don't feel like they've done a hard workout unless they leave the gym exhausted. They feel like they're leaving results on the table unless they do all that high volume. And it makes sense, but in reality, it's the opposite. Don't rate your workouts by how exhausted you are at the end. Rate your workouts by, the quality of the work. How hard did you push yourself? How close to failure did you get? We're chasing a few good sets. Yes, do your warm-up sets, then get 1 to 2 high-quality working sets, and then move on to the next exercise. So a good rule of thumb is pick 3 to 4 exercises per muscle group for that session. 1 to 2 warm-up sets, work up to the heavy weight. 6 to 8 reps is really good. Anything over 15, 20 reps, yes, it's good. You can build muscle, but it sucks. Let's be honest. I'd way rather get the same results from doing half as many reps. And here's the other thing. To really get the most out of your training and really get results, you really need to be pushing yourself pretty close to failure on the working sets. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting time. So for example, let's say I want to go close to failure on a set of 8 reps. We're going to lift a lot heavier, and it's going to be easier to know when you're close to failure because you physically can't lift the weight up anymore. When you're doing the higher reps, like 20, 30 reps, it becomes more of a mental game. So you might get the 20 thinking you're at failure, but really it's just burning so much, your mind's just telling you to quit and you don't actually hit failure. So I recommend the higher intensity, lower rep range style for guys in their 40s and 50s, businessmen, running companies, don't have much time. This is what I've found to be the most optimal. If you're a 20-year-old kid and you live in your mom's basement and you don't have a job and you can be in the gym for 3 hours a day, this video is not for you. So one key tip that you can implement right away, audit your recovery. So think about how many sets roughly you're doing per week, per muscle group, and then ask yourself, how sore are you after your workouts? Does your strength decline during the week? Is your energy declining through the week? And then do the grip strength test to really gauge your recovery and your readiness. And I'll quickly walk you through what that is right now. So what you need to do when you're at the gym, go to the pull-up bar and just do a dead hang. I prefer overhand grip. You can go underhand grip. It doesn't really matter, but do one to really get your baseline. And every time you feel like you're not sure if you're recovering properly, do the dead hang test. So it's not about how long you can hold on for. It's more about comparing it to that baseline. So for example, if you can do a dead hang for 60 seconds normally, and you do the test and you can only hold for 40 seconds, that's a good sign that your body's not actually recovering from the workouts. Number 2, joint health is the new cardio. Shannon, what the hell does that mean? Well, let me explain. It's no secret that as you age, it gets easier to get injured. And also as you age, it's super important to be doing cardio. for your heart health, for your longevity. So for busy guys, low on time, who want to be fit, want to be mobile, why not do both at the same time? Cardio and mobility do not have to be mutually exclusive, and I'll explain how. So you want to have a warm-up routine that's around 10 minutes that incorporates cardio and mobility. This will actually help you to lift heavier at the gym as well with more range of motion, which means better gains, better posture, more flexibility. So here's what to do next. A simple way to do it is in 10 minutes, you want to start off with a 5-minute run on the treadmill. Keep in zone 2. Doesn't have to be fast. Literally just enough to get the blood pumping, have a light sweat, let your body know that, okay, we're getting ready to start working out now. After that 5 minutes, then what you want to do is alternate between high intensity and mobility. So for example, 30 seconds on the Concept 2 rower, 80% all out, not fully balls to the wall, but hard enough where you're getting your heart rate up to maybe zone 3 or zone 4. 30 seconds, jump off, grab a mini band and do some band pull aparts, jump back on the rower, 30 seconds, and then do some band shoulder dislocations. This will warm up your shoulders, get your body warm, so you're way less likely to injure yourself and you're primed, ready to go for your workout. This protocol is for men in their 40s and 50s and older who are very short on time, high performers at work, and want to get the highest ROI from their training in the least time possible spent in the gym. This is not for professional powerlifters who have 45 minutes to do their warm-ups and wait fucking 3 to 10 minutes in between sets. That's not going to work for the guys who this video is for. Another side note, when you are training, you've done your warm-up, you've done your mobility. When you are lifting your heavy weights, really try to go for that full range of motion, because getting that stretch under load is actually a form of mobility in itself. It's a better form of stretching than just static stretching, your normal shoulder stretch. Lifting heavy weights, getting that full range of motion, getting that stretch is actually going to be more beneficial for your posture, more beneficial for your mobility. Finally, number 3, deloads are essential now. So what is a deload? It's a couple of sessions to 1 week in your training block where you really pull back. You don't go to failure. You just go in, get a light pump, get out. It's all about letting your body recover so we can come back stronger for the next block. Because if you don't do a deload, if you train balls to the wall year round, eventually you're going to get injured. Eventually something's going to go snap. And you're going to fry your nervous system, which means you'll be performing shit at work. Your sleep will be nowhere near optimal, and you're just going to be walking around fried all day. Not ideal, not optimal. There's a reason that professional athletes have deloads in their programs as well. If the elite world-class athletes incorporating deloads to their program, then it's good enough for us to do too. The other great thing about deloads is it's kind of like a strategic bridge into the next block of training. For example, let's say we did a 6-week block of pure hypertrophy muscle building only. And we've made some decent gains, but we want to get a bit stronger now so we can come back, and then the next hypertrophy block, now we're lifting heavier weights for the same amount of reps, which means we're going to get bigger. Essentially, it's just giving your body a little bit of a rest before we switch up the training and go hard again. So how often should you schedule a deload? Well, it depends on the style of training you're doing, depends on how many sessions you're doing per week. In general, I recommend every 6 to 12 weeks. Another thing that you could do to discover whether or not you're overtraining or you should be doing a deload week is to check specific metrics like HRV or heart rate variability, resting heart rate, and the grip strength test I was talking about earlier with the dead hang. If those metrics are declining, then it's probably a good time to have a deload week. So how do I implement this? What I want you to do is either make a mental note, or if you're tracking your training, go over the past 90 days of your workouts and ask yourself, am I getting stronger or weaker compared to 90 days ago? Do the grip strength test. Am I getting weaker or stronger in that? If both are weaker, cut back on your gym sessions to 2 to 3 sessions for that week. Do full body workouts, higher reps, not to failure, let the body recover, get a light sweat, get in, get out. Then the next week, reassess. Sometimes if you've been training balls to the wall for the last 12 months, maybe you need 2 weeks off, right? So do the 1 week deload, retest your HRV, retest your grip strength. If it hasn't improved, take another week off, and then you can go back to your heavy lifting after that. So there you have it. Those are the 3 biggest plays that you can make right now as a man over 40 who's training hard but not seeing the same results as what he did in his 20s. If you're training hard but your body doesn't look or feel like it, take the over 40 training audit. It's a 2-minute quiz that shows you exactly where the leak is. volume, joints, or loading. Click the link in the description, take the audit, and you'll know what to fix first.